Hey pearls and jewels, welcome to the Tube. This is the best part of the week because it's the weekend. We have a very special weekend edition for you, going back to all our best stories of the week, so let's do it. With me to comfort and hold is the team of the Tube, our brilliant journalist Shai Ringel. Good evening.
Good evening.
And our chief editor, His Brilliance, Yaron Tenbrink.
Hi, hi.
Hi, hi. Let's start. If you could read Hebrew and were surfing Facebook these last couple of days, you would see a very angry news feed. Ever since bodies of 3 kidnapped Israeli teenage boys were discovered 2 days ago, the Israeli web is overflowing with people seeking revenge, some asking for biblical revenge. But is it just Facebook, or does it manifest in the real world? So, is it just Facebook, or is it manifesting in the real world, Yaron?
It's both. I mean, it starts as just Facebook, a few hundred people, maybe 1,000 people. But the way Facebook is built, it amplifies the extremes. And suddenly there are tens of thousands because it also legitimizes extreme opinions. So a lot of people say, hey, they want revenge. I want revenge too. Everybody wants revenge. And it kind of grows, but it's still a limited thing. And outside of Facebook, you don't see these many people going out in the streets and demanding bloodshed. Most people just go on with their life. So Facebook is an outlet which amplifies it. It becomes bigger. I don't think it seeps that much outside of Facebook, but it's enough that it seeps once. It just takes one crazy person, one violent deed, and then it spills into reality.
Do you think Facebook should take responsibility? Delete some of the messages online?
I have a different point of view from Yaron on that subject because there was always extreme activists on the internet. Now the only thing is that people have a source to come and complain about it, which is Facebook. In the old days, in the 90s and the beginning of the 2000s in the internet, you couldn't come to an internet company and say, hey, move that website. And now we can come to Facebook, and I don't think this is Facebook responsibility. I don't think Facebook should delete any page because it's not their responsibility, the content. It's the people's responsibility, the content, and that's it.
I mean, countries do have laws, and countries like Israel have laws against racism and have laws against inciting for violence. So it's actually the state's responsibility to take care of those Facebook pages, not Facebook's responsibility.
Yeah, good luck with that
Thank you.
here,
yeah,
right
we'll
now.
Need that.
But yet again, I have to just imagine that we saw so many revolutions that without Facebook on the internet could not have happened. Now we are seeing here in Israel the possibility for a very violent state of mind that I don't think would have happened without Facebook. What can I, for example, do? Because what I do is I ignore. I don't do anything. And I'm just assuming that's the best. But is there something proactive I can do on Facebook?
I actually think the best thing is to ignore and let it cool off, because it's not your responsibility as a citizen, it's the government's responsibility to cool things off. And when you ignore it, you won't echo the very...
I have to disagree, because you do have, as a citizen, the possibility to go to the police and file a complaint. If someone,
did you ever do that? You're much more of an activist than
I am. I've done that a few times. Not just me, a lot of activists have done it. If someone is inciting for murder, for example, or releases some very racist remarks that are against the law, the best thing to do as a citizen that opposes these things is to go to the police and complain.
Did you find yourselves writing a lot on Facebook these last few days?
Yeah, I mean, and while doing that, you think about the mood experiment that Facebook did, changing people moods by changing their feed. So if that is to be believed, then I think Facebook just changed the mood of a whole country.
Let's move on. Okay, it's been almost a year since we hosted here in our studio the founder and CEO of Skytran, Jerry Sanders, Mr. Jerry Sanders, a man set on the idea of changing worldwide mass transit forever. Skytran, for those who missed our enthusiastic reports, is a futuristic mass transit system based on magnetic levitating personal pods, and it's supposed to be greener and cheaper than any other available technology. Now, the Israeli aviation industry joined Skytran's effort towards a first working pilot. Here's a clip from the interview we had this week with Gerald Sanders.
1 year from now, this company, Skytran, is going to be a very different company than it is today. 1 year from now, Skytran will have proven technology, demonstration systems, and the world will be knocking down our door to get these systems and get them quickly.
I want to talk about the year that just passed. What are first of all, the hurdles ahead of us, okay? And what was holding it back since July last year, since we last met?
Well, as my colleague Ron said, never underestimate the power of bureaucracy. And Israel has very strong bureaucracy, and it's a country of laws, and so bureaucrats follow laws and regulations. Skytran is new. There's never been a vehicle or a system like Skytran, so it's very difficult to take this square and put it in a round hole. And the bureaucrats, and I don't use that term in a derogatory fashion, but I use it as professionals in the various ministries, have to basically invent regulations, invent standards, invent the rubrics within which Skytran will fall. For one example, is Skytran a car? Is it a train? Is it an airplane? The answer to each one of those questions impacts the regulatory pathway.
So the problem is now more bureaucratic than technological, if I understand correctly?
Look, the answer, if it is only bureaucracy, will be in 1 year from now. What we need to know now is if the technology on the full scale is feasible.
Yeah, that was a lovely interview. Shai, why are we still so skeptical about the Skytran?
I think Jerry said something very, very nice in the interview. He said that we are so oblivious to the fact that we can do something better with our transport, because all we know is cars and trains and subways in some cities, and that's it. And everybody's trying to improve the car, and nobody's trying to reinvent the transport system. And this is something that we may see in Skytran and maybe not, but a lot of people promised us that they can reinvent this transport system. What we see in Skytran is the first time that a company is really excited and working with the IAI, which is a great,
A great partner.
Yeah, it's a great partner, and they can build things. This is not just, we saw the simulation looks pretty and nice, but they can build now.
And I have to say, I'm not so skeptical. I think Skytran is a viable vision. I think it's an amazing vision. I think the technology exists. It can be done. And they're working with not just the IAA, they're working with NASA. So I don't think either NASA or the IAA would have worked with Skytran if they thought it was like just a crazy idea that's never going to happen. I think it would take longer than the CEO and founder of Skytran says. Last year when we talked to him, he kind of dismissed Israeli bureaucracy. Now we hear him talking differently. Bureaucracy is hard everywhere. It's going to take time. But I think the vision is so impressive and it solves so many problems that you'd have to be crazy not to try it.
And super shortly, because we're here at the Two very excited about self-driving cars. Skytran is a better idea, you think?
I think so, yeah. I mean, cars still go on the road. They can still have terrible accidents. Driverless cars would probably have less accidents, but still, let's keep the streets for people. It's really nice. It would be really nice. Let's get gas out of the system. Let's use electricity instead. I think for the inner city, for inside big cities, this is a much better system than driverless cars, yes.
Okay, let's move on. You know how everybody wants to be Netflix, right? Okay, well, Yahoo is also attempting to become a very big player in the online video content game. And now they've made a very big move. Yahoo has struck a deal with producer Sony Pictures Television to stream a new 13-episode season of the cult sitcom Community. The strange and beloved sitcom got cancelled by NBC a month ago, but fans can rejoice as it found a new and very surprising home. The move is being read as a turn for the internet old giant as it tries to lure young people to the site. Maybe this next clip will give you an idea what we're talking about. Whoa. That was a clip. Okay, so let's talk about Yahoo and its move.
That I never could. I'll even cry during the sad ones like James Bond would. And when the big night comes, it's time to set the bait. Cold milk, hot cookies, decorative plates. And he'll come down the chimney and it will be just him and me. But he won't know we're enemies cause I'll play sincere. Bring a trap like that. How comes I get on his lap and tell him he can come back every year? Cause I am Jehovah's most secret witness. So I might have to dedicate my life to Christmas and act just like I love it till the day I die.
Got a soar of Christmas on the spectrum, none of your business. Thoughts too fast to comprehend, just wanna do right by my friends. If years were seasons, this December would be the December of our December. More blueprints than Howard Hughes, but if there are blueprints, how do we choose? We have to be happy to get to the end. We have to say Christmas to save our friends. We have to say Christmas to save our friends. We have to say Christmas to save our friends.
Hey guys! Rapping?
Yep. Wanna join us?
Totally! Wait.
Ha ha ha. So, Shai, what's the big deal here?
There's a couple of big deals here. The first big deal is for the fans who will get their show back. As a fan of Community, it's really nice, and the fact that a show is being cancelled at the big network and now has the chance to reinvent itself and come back for an internet company, this is exciting.
But wasn't it canceled because it wasn't successful enough?
Well, no, you know, that's exactly the thing. Community is very successful among its fans. It maybe doesn't have enough fans to be on NBC, but that's exactly where the internet video revolution comes in.
But Netflix's shows are well watched.
But yet they're not as well watched as the top-rated broadcast shows, okay? These are the numbers, you know, but still, a show like Community, which has a very strong fan base, it's not just that it has like 3 million viewers every week. These viewers are dedicated to the show. They write about it, they read about it, they buy merchandise. They love it so much, you know, so it's a very engaged kind of crowd. And Yahoo wants to get this kind of crowd because Yahoo doesn't have any crowd. And if Yahoo wants to be like a strong opponent in the internet video arena, it has to bring big names, big shows, and this is a very, very good step in that direction.
I think Yahoo has a crowd. I think it's a very old crowd. It's an old internet crowd.
Yeah.
It's the one who grew up with Yahoo and thinks this
Use
is the
Yahoo
only...
Mail, you know.
Yeah, exactly. And they want the new crowd and a young crowd and crowd that watches show on the internet. And Community can do exactly that. It can bring that crowd, and Community is very well loved on the internet. And this is like the best pairing for a company that wants Community and wants its fans, and fans that want to see their show back on the internet. They don't care where.
Okay, so apparently it's a perfect match. Let's move on to close the show here. Now let's close the show with our favorite man of the week. This dude wears pants without using his hands, and it's like magic. Humanity wins again. Shai, honestly, how many times did you watch this video?
A lot.
A
Too,
lot.
too many. It's
Did you try it at home?
No.
No.
I'm not gifted enough. I'm sorry.
I have to try it. I'm gonna try it.
Yeah, I believe in you.
Yeah, I can do it. I can do it.
If we can try and understand what's so mesmerizing about this video.
It's just amazing, you know. You never saw anything like that. So, how many things can you say? I've never seen anything like that. We've never seen anything like that.
I think the final countdown really does the trick
Of course.
here.
I think it's
Any
the fact that
video with the final countdown.
I think it's the fact that you don't know if he actually needs all the hand gestures, or is it just part of, the artistic flavor to it.
I'm gonna check that and tell you.
Okay. Thank you very much for this lovely show, and you guys, thanks for watching. Enjoy the rest of your weekend. Log to our Twitter and to our Tumblr. It's TheTube24. We'll be back on Monday, and always remember, you can tell how smart people are, but by what they laugh at. That's Tina Fey. I didn't say that too well. Never mind. Goodbye.